Alright, today we're back, and the other day I came home from work and this rototiller was sitting in my garage. Um, they said it doesn't run, they don't really know anything about it, so this is how I start out diagnosing stuff like this. The very first thing you're going to want to do is check the oil. So, we'll do that right now. Because you don't want to try to start this and find out that the previous person did not have any oil in it. And I'm gonna have to grab my flashlight to look down in there. I thought there would have been a dipstick there. Maybe on the other side. Nothing. So I'm gonna grab my flashlight and then look down in there to see where the oil level is, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so they were low on oil, and I don't know if you can see in there, probably not, but the oil should be to the top of this fill tube. Right now it is to the bottom of the threads, so it's enough in there to start it, make sure it runs without any damage to it, but I will have to fill that up the rest of the way. So just make sure you check that before starting your engine. So we'll put the filler cap back on. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take off the air filter and put some, spray some starting fluid in it to see if it even runs, to make sure that there's not any other problems with it. If you put the starting fluid in it and it runs, that means you got a fuel delivery issue most of the time. So we'll try that. Filter seems to be in pretty good shape. We're gonna blow that out anyway. So alright, so it's trying to start with the starting fluid, so we're gonna get all this tore off, clean up the carburetor, and then put it back on. We know we're getting spark because it already tried to start, so that pretty much eliminates that in the process. So we're just gonna pop off this and then get down to the carb. Looks like a 10 millimeter. Nope. 8. We will use the screwdriver to loosen these first. You want to keep your finger here so you make sure you don't lose it going down that tube. Right there, you're down to your carb. So there's 3 star heads holding the carb on, and then you got the 2 looks like 10 millimeters holding it onto the head. So we're just gonna get all that removed. So now we got the carburetor out. The only thing on this one to really pull apart is you can take that out. I'm pretty sure that is I think that's an air to fuel ratio screw. So before you take out any screws, screw them in the whole way and count how many times you screwed them in. So when you put them in, you can screw it out that many times and you'll be right back to where you were. But the only thing really to pull apart on this carb is take out that screw. We're going to spray some penetrating oil in there. And then I'm going to clean the whole thing in my ultrasonic cleaner. But these 4 screws right here, and then you pop off your diaphragm. It's almost like, it's kind of shaped like a weed eater carburetor. So we're going to pull all this off, clean everything up, and then put it back together to see if we can get it running. What I did notice is when he said that it wouldn't run, right here, there's a tab here for your choke, and his tab is broken. So we're going to see what we can come up with to make this functional again. Alright, we're back again, and remember the broken choke lever that I showed you? I ended up drilling a hole in that top part of it. I don't have one of these laying around. So I ended up drilling a hole in the top part. Ended up making, I had a piece of metal rod laying around, ended up making another linkage. The only thing that they're going to have to remember is when you turn it to run, it's going to be choked because it's backwards, because they're missing that one whole piece of the choke lever. And then when you put it to choke, it'll be open again. So I'll have to remember to let them know that, but at least it's working. So we're gonna get everything put back together and then see if it fires up. So we got the choke lever working, got the carburetor back on, put gas in it, and then that's all there was to it. They said they couldn't get it to run, but if you have a busted choke lever, it's not going to run. You might be able to use starting fluid and possibly get it running, but without your choke lever, you ain't gonna really get these running very well. So if anyone else has a problem like this, let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching.